Hi everyone, this is Annindita Palaus, and in today's video we will continue our discussion about the chakras and chakra healing. As I mentioned in the previous video that our bodies has hundreds of chakras, but for the purpose of our discussion we will keep it limited to the 7 primary chakras which are located inside of our bodies. So to be precise, our body actually has 114 chakras. And the chakras, as I mentioned again in my previous video, if you haven't seen it already, then I would highly recommend to go check it out at the link here or the link in the description below. But to just recap a little bit and also to go into a little bit more details about the chakra system, the 114 chakras that the human energy system has, out of that, 2 chakras are actually located outside of the human body, and the remaining 112 are within the human body. Out of these 112 chakras which are inside the human body, it is said that 4 of them cannot be worked upon by us, but they flower as a consequence of us working consciously with the remaining 108 chakras. But again, 108 chakras are still a lot to work on. If somebody tells you that you have to energize or activate 108 chakras, the idea itself is going to overwhelm you so much that most people are not going to be interested in working on activating 108 chakras. So it is much more simpler when we talk about the 7 primary chakras. And we already touched base on the 7 chakras which are located inside the human body. And these 7 chakras, they also represent 7 aspects of our consciousness, or 7 levels of intensity, so to speak. In fact, the whole spiritual journey could be described as the journey from the lower chakras to the higher chakra, the journey from the root chakra, or the Muladhara, to the crown chakra, that is the Sahasrara. However, it is important for me to point out here that when we say lower chakras and higher chakras, that by no means implies that the lower chakras are any less important than the higher chakras. It's like if you look at a building, is the foundation of a building more important than the roof? We all know that it is not. Of course, in fact, in many ways, the foundation could be even looked as being way more important than the roof. But overall, for a building to be fully functional, you cannot do without the foundation, you cannot do without the roof. If there is no roof, then you wouldn't be able to live inside that building. The rain, the heat, the sun, everything will be just quite torturous. We are not cavemen anymore. We are not really used to living out in the nature like that. So the roof of the building is as important as the foundation of the building. So even though just for the sake of verbalizing, we might say lower chakras and higher chakras, but it is very important to remember that it is not lower and higher from the perspective of consciousness. It doesn't mean that the lower chakras are any less important or any less awakened or any less spiritual. In fact, every chakra has certain positive as well as negative attributes to it. And it really depends on how your chakra is functioning. It sort of reminds me of the sun signs. You know, when I was a teenager, I was really interested in reading about sun signs and moon signs and zodiac signs and all these things. I even used to have a book by Linda Goodman, I believe, on the sun signs. So anyways, so when I was reading that book, I noticed that there was no one sun sign or one zodiac sign which was superior over any other zodiac sign. All zodiac signs had their own positive sides, positive aspects, as well as negative aspects of the character. Similarly, every chakra also has certain positive and negative aspects of it. And it really depends on how the chakra is functioning within your body, whether it is hyperactive, underactive, or balanced, which governs how it is manifesting in your life or in your body's energy system. But in and of itself, a chakra is neither good nor bad. So now coming to the Muladhara, or the base chakra, or the root chakra, the foundational chakra, the color of the Muladhara is color red, and the sound that resonates with the Muladhara or the root chakra is the sound Lam. As I have mentioned previously in many of my workshops as well as in my videos, that every single thing in this universe has a unique vibrational signature. And that vibration can be interpreted in terms of color as well as sound. And the vibration of the root chakra or the Muladhara manifests as the color red and as the sound lam. In fact, it is a very deep yogic science, the science of sound and form. And what this science deals with is what kind of sounds would create specific physical forms or physical manifestations. And that's why it is very important when you are chanting powerful Sanskrit mantras, it is very important that you do it under a supervised guidance, because it is important that you pronounce them properly, especially for those who are not used to the pronunciations of the Sanskrit language or any of the Indian languages for that matter, because your palate does not know certain sounds. And so it is even more important that you make the sounds properly, because it is a deep science that connects each and every form that we know in the physical universe to a very specific sound. If the sound is not proper, then it doesn't connect with that specific form. And the sound associated, like I mentioned, with the root chakra is the sound lam. And a lot of people like to use mantras and sounds for meditation, and lam could be used as a mantra for chanting for meditation to activate the root chakra. If you want to learn more about the various chakras and advanced chakra healing techniques, then I would highly recommend checking out my book, The Healing Sutras, Mastering the Science of Self-Healing. It is available on Amazon as well as on my website, anninditapalaus.com. You can also check it out at the link below in the description. Another important thing to remember about chakras is this, that the chakras have a physical dimension as well as a spiritual dimension. And this enables us to transform the chakras. Otherwise, if you're born with a weak chakra or somehow you have a chakra imbalance, you won't be able to transform it. But because they have a spiritual dimension to it, you are able to transform it. You are not stuck with a certain chakra imbalance for life, and that's the good news. So coming back to the Muladhara or the root chakra, the reason it is called the foundational chakra or the root chakra is because the word mula actually means root, and dhara means the foundation. And this chakra, it governs your sense of stability and belongingness in the world. It also governs your sense of security. When this chakra is imbalanced, it might manifest emotionally in the form of a lot of fears, phobias, anxiety, depression, feeling insecure, feeling like you don't belong, feeling financially unstable as well, feeling like you are not enough, unworthy, like you cannot take care of yourself, like you are not capable of handling your own needs, taking care of your own needs. It can also lead to resentfulness, depression, anxiety, impatience, greed, since this chakra dominates the material things of the world. An imbalance in this chakra can also lead to feelings of greed, as well as low self-esteem. And apart from the emotional symptoms, there could be some physical symptoms of this chakra imbalance as well. The physical symptoms would often manifest itself in various issues which are related to the excretory organs as well as the sexual organs. Like for instance, bladder issues or constipation, lower back pain, eating disorders, weakness in the legs, or problems with eliminative and sexual functions. Energizing and balancing a chakra which is out of sync or out of harmony or imbalanced is not a difficult task at all, especially if you are aware of energy healing practices such as Reiki. Reiki can greatly help you in balancing out your energy centers. If you are not aware of Reiki, you can always use yoga. There are various very specific yogasanas or yoga postures that could be used for strengthening certain chakras. Meditation is also another very useful tool for strengthening chakras. And since this is the grounding chakra, the root chakra or the foundational chakra, it is often associated with our connection to the earth. So engaging in daily activities that involves you being connected with the earth, like walking barefoot on the ground, maybe on the beach or at a park, or going for a hiking, or simply being in nature can help a lot in balancing out the root chakra or the Muladhara. If you want to find out the health of your Muladhara or root chakra, check out the link in the description. There is a root chakra test in the description below. You can take the test. It's a very short little test. I believe there are like 10 questions and you will immediately get the results. So that was all for today. In my next video, I will be back with more information about the second chakra, that is the sacral chakra or Swadhisthana. So remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already in order to be notified of my upcoming videos. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.